fresh out the oven.
What is cracking, everybody? It's MegaPieman here, and welcome to a look at my map for King of the Hill Synthetic Beta 10. This is not King of the Hill Synthetic Beta 7, which would be what it would be in chronological order, since the last video I did was on Beta 6, but development has been going along rather quickly, and some of the beta versions I didn't really have a lot to talk about for some of the smaller updates like 8 and 9, so I just decided that I would release everything in the middle and then do a video on 10. Mostly because I just realized I hadn't actually made a video for this map in a while. And there's things to talk about now. There's a lot of different things to talk about that I have to remember what was in Beta 6 video, so I don't talk about the things that I've already talked about before again here. But if I do find things being redundant, or if you do find things being redundant, I do apologize, but you know, we're going to get into it. We're going to be talking about changes that I think I haven't talked about yet, and the first thing you'll notice is that the angles of the lighting are different. Shadows in lighting should be a little bit different. I found out that the color correction that I was originally using on this map actually did not fit the map very well. I was looking into color correction a little bit, trying to figure out why the lighting looked so odd, and I couldn't quite place it, but the color correction that I was using was specifically designed for 2Fort, and when I tried to create a color correction script or file for this map specifically, I couldn't figure out how to get it to work correctly, or it just wouldn't work. So I decided to do it without color correction, and the map looks perfectly fine as it is. So unless anybody mentions anything in the future about color correction, I am not going to mess with it, and I like it how it is right now. Before, the bright areas were too bright, the dark areas were too dark. That's because it was using 2Fort stuff, lighting designed for 2Fort specifically. Not doing that anymore. Now they just got lighting, and I like it better. But included in that, if I didn't talk about this last time, there is now a sun in the sky. It's like real life, but it's not. The clouds are also still moving. I love that I was able to figure that out. Function rotating is broken in TF2, but that's set on something like, movement rotating or something. It uses physics. I don't know. It's something fancy and weird that I was able to figure out how to get to happening that I haven't looked at in a while because I figured that out a while ago. But now not only is there moving clouds, but there's the sun, and it's beautiful. You can get a suntan. You can get a sunburn if you specifically want to. I don't know why you would. But also, there are some changes around the midpoint. What I did here is I removed these doors. I don't know if I talked about that, but if I didn't talk about that before, I'm going to talk about it again. I removed these doors because people were saying that you could easily hide sticky bombs up in them, and I didn't really do a whole lot. So I got rid of them, didn't see a reason to keep them around. But I did also remove these arrow signs that were on the top of this building because I added these awnings over here. Now, previously, all of the awnings in the map were non-solid. So if you tried to stand on them, you couldn't. And the reason why I did that is so I could have detailing on one side of the map that was different from detailing on the other side of the map, since this map uses asymmetrical detailing, and it wouldn't mess with the general layout. But considering that the awnings are in the same place on this second transitional building, I mean, I have 3 awnings here, I have 3 awnings over there. I just decided to make all of them solid after getting some more feedback that it would give scouts a bit more a place to jump, like they can go from here and jump over to there. And then that got me thinking that I could possibly do something similar here. Because without this awning here, this area it felt kind of empty. It felt like it needed something. But now if you're playing as a scout, you can go over here, you can double jump your way over here, and double jump your way up there. So you have a bit more options, which is why I got rid of this sign so you could actually make that double jump. It's not a super easy double jump, but if you have the atomizer or the winger, you can still make it pretty easily. I also thickened up the signs here, the capture zone signs. Originally, when I put these signs here, I didn't put them as a way to get up to the upper point, but they ended up allowing people to do that if you jump onto that and then crouch jump your way up here, or if you're a scout, you double jump your way up there. So a lot of people who've been playing this map have been using the sign to get to this upper spot. And it hasn't caused any problems as of yet, since it is a bit difficult to do. I don't know if this awning is going to make it too easy to get up here, but the only class that should be able to do it from here are scouts. But I was asked by the competitive scene to thicken it up a bit, to make it a bit more obvious that you can jump on it, so we've thickened it up just a tad. If that's not thick enough, I may have to rethink what I put there and change it up to be something different. If it gets too thick, it's going to look a little bit too ridiculous, but for now, it seems to be okay, and it seems to still make sense, thin enough to make sense for a sign, but thick enough to be more obvious that it can be jumped on. Something else that I got for competitive feedback was people saying that the map was overall too long. And I couldn't really figure out exactly where I wanted to make the map shorter. I have made the map shorter consecutively, or continuatively, or throughout the development of the map, whatever the word I'm trying to say is. But I've constantly been working on making the map shorter, and I made the map shorter one last time. I don't plan on making it shorter anymore, mainly because I don't know where else to cut. But what I did cut is I cut the concrete platform that was in front of this spawn area. So, oh, that needs fixed right there. That's a bit obnoxious. Wish I'd found that before I compiled the map in the A10 and stuff. Good thing I found that before I uploaded. Did I upload it already? I don't know. I don't remember. Anyway, I decided to cut out this concrete section of the platform that I had in front, mainly because I didn't feel like it did a whole lot to really add to this general play space. And, I mean, you can still do the same thing that you wanted to do with it. You can still pop out of here and go across this way. It's just you don't have the upper height variation now, which didn't really seem to do a whole lot or add a whole lot. And that's kind of awkward as it was. And it did shorten the times between the spawn doors and going to mid. So hopefully that's the last time anybody makes any complaints about the map being too short. Although, now, I have been getting a little bit of feedback that maybe the maps... I mean, the map being too long. Did I say too short? Have I said too short? I mean, the map was too long before. I don't know. Did I say short? Did I say long? Who knows? Who cares? Anyway, people are saying the map was too long. Now that I shortened the map up, I'm getting a couple people saying that possibly the map may be a little bit too short. Which, I think it's fine. I'm not going to add in any more length or get rid of any more length, mainly because it makes it a huge pain in the butt trying to reset up the skybox to match. So I ain't going to mess with it. I think it's good where it's at. Not too long, not too short, not too wide. It's not wider than it is long, which is good. That's something that you really want to avoid with a King of the Hill map. You don't want it to be, or any map in general, you don't want it to be wider than it is long. But it's not an exact square, although it's still a little bit closer to a square. So I think the timings and the spacing is good. I don't plan on needing to shorten it anymore, but we shall see. Something else that changed is I decided to disconnect this first transitional building. You can no longer go from in here, up over here, and then over this way. You now have to make your decision of which door you want to go through. You go through this door and go down here, or go through this door and you can go this way, or go over this way to the bridge, the second transitional building. The reason why I did that is because I got some feedback saying that... Why is that black? I got some feedback saying that it made it a little bit too easy for the enemy team to run around like crazy with these areas, since they could very quickly go from here over to there and from here over there, especially since the health pack that is in this first transitional building is over there. So they could easily duck in here, run over to the health pack, grab it, and then come back this way and made it and harass some more, and made it a bit obnoxious. So I decided to split them in half, so now you have to make a specific decision when you're coming out of spawn which way you want to go, and if you are on the enemy team and you're trying to hassle the spawn area, it's a little bit more difficult, because you either have to go all the way back to here to be able to go between one area or the other, or you have to go all the way up here to between one area or the other. And you don't really have super easy access to this upper area unless you're in the second transitional building. If you're down here, you don't have an easy access to that way. You can just go up and around and go behind somebody who's going this way. Hopefully it'll cut down on some of the flanking. Hopefully it'll do the things that I want it to do and not do bad things. That's generally what I'm looking for with how I'm pushing the map forward right now. Do what I want you to do, and don't do bad things. Why is the fence that is supposed to be here not there? So many tiny little problems, they're going to drive me insane. I don't know if this part was here last time, but this part looks fancier now. It's got some nice rocks in it. It's got a nice building thing here with some pipes. I expanded this building a little bit. I added some missiles up here, some little bit of spy tech holding on. So the map hopefully fits the TF2 theme a little bit more. And I rounded out this building top a bit more to be a little bit more even on both sides, since it's supposed to be like half of a barn roof. That barn roof shape, I don't know what you call that. It's like a crescent, but not. I don't know the specifics of what you call that, but the barn roof shape, you know, a shape of a barn roof. And it's got these missiles sticking out there to sort of fit the TF2 spy tech theme a little bit. Someone actually left me feedback saying that the map doesn't feel like it fits the TF2 aesthetic. Like, it's just slightly un-TF2-y. And I don't really know why or what makes it feel that way, so I thought that possibly adding a little bit of spy tech could help that, and I also changed the windows on this building to match the windows that are used throughout the rest of the map. So it's the windows that were here before, they were made of brushwork and they kind of sucked, so I changed them to look normal, and hopefully that makes it fit TF2 a little bit more, while also adding some more windows, like over here, and I think I added another window over there to give it a little bit more detail to these areas. These areas? I'm starting to lose my voice, guys! It's not great! Anyway, add more detail to those areas and hopefully, you know, make that all look nice and pretty. Also over here on the blue side, in Blue Spawn, I lightened it up a little bit. So now everything is a bit brighter. I cannot remember if it was in Beta 6 where I decided to split this ramp, but if it wasn't in Beta 6 where I decided to split this ramp. This is now split, so hopefully when people spawn in, they will now evenly go to the left and right. I don't know if they will entirely. What is this shadow? What is this shadow? So many small things. So many small things that drive you nuts. I also fixed the clipping on some things. I fixed the clipping on these pipes. Before, I just had a big square on these pipes. Fixed the clipping so now you should easily be able to go around it, and when you jump over it, it should be a little bit not as much of a pain in the butt. These also, I made custom LODs for this, if I haven't talked about that before, which is level of detail. These pipes were originally made for Mercenary Park, and they switched to low detail pretty quickly, but now they stay at high detail until you're pretty far away before they switch to low detail. Like, I think they only switched to low detail, like, all the way out here or something. So while you're close to them, they should have their high detail versions. And I fixed the clipping on the silo prop here that some people left a comment saying that it looks like a milk jug. Yes, it does. It does look like a milk jug. But, you know, it works, fits the aesthetic, in my opinion, and it fits the spot. And it's a silo, and it's better than the brush-based silo I had there before. But I did work on the clipping on this, so now you still go around and had to change up this lip that I had here before. Push that down, but kept it for a little bit of a trim color work. And then I added this pipe here to fill in this gap, so it made sense as to why you wouldn't be able to go down into this area. Instead, you jump over the pipe and you go that way, so you can quickly curve around it like that. And the same on the other side as well. Put a little thing there so it makes sense as to why the pipe's coming out there. So it's not just a pipe coming out of a piece of wood, even though it is! It's connected to nothing! Woo! Breaking laws! Breaking the laws of reality. Who cares? Nobody cares. It works, it fits, it looks nice, and if you're in the map, you'll never see that part, so it don't matter. Moving on. The next thing that I had to do is I decided to put this building in the main map. There are some parts of this map that originally wanted to be in the skybox, like over here. This part was originally in the skybox, all of this was originally in the skybox, and that building was originally in the skybox. But I kept getting weird shadowing issues on this spot. I kept getting all kinds of weird shadows and whatnot that I couldn't figure out how to fix it. So I just took this building. Luckily, I saved... I have a version saved of the map which has the skybox built out in large size before I shrunk it to go to the size of the skybox, because the skybox is actually 1/16 of the rest of the map. It just uses an entity called a sky camera to make it look like it's the same size as everything else. But because I was able to put this building in the main map, it meant I could put some more detail around it with things that I don't have skybox versions. So it looks a little bit more fancier and less empty. So I think it was overall a good decision to move that forward, even though I originally only did it because I was having shadowing issues. I think it was a good decision. It works out well for the most part. And the map still runs pretty well. Haven't had any complaints about drop frame rates or anything like that, so I'm happy with that. I think I did change the wood texture in here. Yeah, the wood texture used to be this all the way around. I kept it there for that piece that kind of sticks out a little bit, but I changed the rest of the wood texture to match the outside, I think, or match over here, or match the something with the stuff. I also opened this up to make this a detail area. Originally, it was just a blocked off area that looked kind of lame, so I opened it up to add some detail up here. It doesn't really matter because you can't get up there, but it's there nonetheless. And I think I did that somewhere else. I changed this so it doesn't look like a door as much. Someone left me some feedback saying that it looked like a doorway because of the texture I was using, so I changed this up to get rid of it. And I had to get rid of the... Originally, I had a tank prop in here, but for some reason, when I got to here, it kept disappearing on me, and it wasn't the fade distance. It's something to do with area portals and rendering and whatnot. I couldn't fix it, so I just got rid of it and put that in there. It works well enough. It's fine. It gets the job done. Where was that other spot that that had... I think just had things blocked off, and I decided to make it fancier with stuff. I don't know. I can't find it. It's in here somewhere. But yeah, there you go. It's pretty much all I can think of that has changed it for now. Some big changes, making the map shorter, changing the clipping on a lot of things, and solidity on some things. But this map's it's doing better than any project I have made previously. It's doing really, really well. I'm not at the point where I want to put it on the Steam Workshop just yet. The Steam Workshop, the way that the workshop is set up as of right now, it's very much first impressions are the most important thing. And, oh, I put awnings all the way over here on the blue thing. On blue spawn. I put awnings over here because I wanted to keep the awnings on the red side because I liked how they were, but I wanted to solidify them so that they didn't look weird, so I just put awnings on the blue side. And what is this? What is that? It's always something. It's always gotta be something. It's always something to fix. You're never done! You're never truly done! Anyway, I've been kind of gun-shy on putting the map up on the Steam Workshop, because Steam Workshops are very, very much first impressions to determine your score. And a lot of it is based off of visuals, and I don't know if I've nailed the visual detail just yet. I may put it up on the workshop, the next version, or I may wait till I get to the RC version, or the release candidate, which is the first attempt at being the final version of this map before I do that, which honestly might be coming up soon, depending upon the feedback that I get, since there's not a whole heck of a lot left to do. I mean, the layout's good, the detail's good, it's got a 3D skybox, it's got soundscapes. The only thing that I might think about working on at any point is maybe doing something with these tunnels down here, because people don't like the tunnels and people like the tunnels. There's currently a split decision, or a split opinion on the tunnels, and that's kind of a good thing, I think, at the very least. You don't want everyone to love the tunnels, because then it might feel like an overpowered area, and you don't want everyone to hate the tunnels, because you definitely need to change it that time, or an overpopular area if everyone loves it. So by having people who like it and people who don't like it, makes me think that it's balanced, since you're never going to get everybody to like everything. But I'm still not entirely sure if there's anything I can do with this. So far, no one's been able to suggest anything that I could really do with these tunnel areas that has made the most sense to me. And I haven't been able to think of anything. Originally, I put a wall here to try to block off a sight line that went all the way over here. Oh, I moved these health packs, by the way. I moved them over there. So instead of being over here, they're now over there. So you should... It's be sure you're a lot less likely that you accidentally pick them up on your way around this corner. But anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, this area. Yeah, this is the area that I added more detail to. That is actually a Valve-made prop from Source Filmmaker. So I don't know if that has optimization issues, but so far it's worked out fine and fits the area pretty well. But yeah, I don't really know what to do with these tunnels. If anyone has any suggestions, let me know. I don't know what to do with them. I think they're good, but I'm not entirely sure. I reverted my wall decision that I had made over here back to the handrail since people didn't really like it. It looked kind of crap anyway and didn't really do anything. So I just changed it back to how it was before. And, oh, I changed this. So before, you kind of had to jump up onto this platform in order to get to the ladder to go up here. But I decided to smooth that out based on some feedback. So I raised the displacement, I pushed out the concrete area, and I raised the displacement over here. So now you smoothly walk over all of this. And there shouldn't be any running into things that completely stop your momentum. And the same on the other side. But that's it. I'm pretty sure that's it for Beta 10. I can't think of anything else. There might be. I put a window there. Don't think it was there before. I put a vent. And I put some paint on the paint on the wall. Did I do anything else? Did I add anything else? Did I change anything else? I can't think of anything. Anyway. As always, ladies and gentlemen, let me know how the map is in the comment section. I'm always open to more feedback. Feedback is good. Please give me your feedback. I cannot fix or change things if you do not give me feedback. So if you have it, give it. If you don't, that's fine. That's fine. But let me know what you think of the map. Let me know what you think of Beta 10. I've been MegaPieMan, and I will talk to you guys a bit later. I am going to go now and fix all of those annoying problems. I've been talking for over 20 minutes. Is that too long? I don't know how long these videos should be. Anyway, catch you guys later.